Hi there. Welcome to the Small Business Coffee Break, the series where we take a few minutes to work on your business, not just in it. Today we're talking with Dr. Giselle Lopez of Dr. Lopez is In and Associates about what questions should everyone be asking if they're looking for a coach. Dr. Lopez has over 17 years of experience helping small business owners and entrepreneurs reach their fullest potential. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. What are 3 questions everyone should be asking while they're looking for a coach?
Definitely. The first thing I would ask someone I want to work with is, what's your experience in training? Mm-hmm. A lot of people, I think we talked about earlier, are just like, oh, I just went through a bad breakup. Now I'm a relationship coach. That literally happens. I'm not joking. And people market themselves. You know, I personally know of someone who makes an obscene amount of money as a coach and went to a school that's like a metaphysics like school where she learned like tarot card reading. And so that person, you know, I would want to know, what's your experience? What's your background? What's your training? Another thing that is important to know is, as we spoke earlier, is there a package type of approach to the fees or the way the program works? Or is it, you know, you pay as you go?
Okay.
That kind of thing. And then the third thing I would say is to get a sense for the like mindset or the theory or approach or model that they use, to see if it's in alignment with your own belief system and the way that you see the world, your perspectives, if they align, because then you will get a sense that this person gets you because you have very similar perspectives on the way you see the world.
Or maybe a similar way of processing certain things.
A way of processing, a similar way of how you understand things. So those would be the 3 things.
And so it's funny. So the first one is, and none of these I think are good or bad. They're just questions, right? So
information to know.
If you're a person who whose paradigm has deep into metaphysics, maybe that person who makes a decent amount of money would be a great fit for them. Yeah. But for me personally, whose paradigm is as far away from that as possible, I would be like, probably glad to have known that up front.
Yes, exactly.
And at the same time, obviously, just the practical, what am I going to pay? Or how does that process work? Or how does that business part of the relationship work between the 2 parties? Yeah. And then obviously, lastly, and I think probably the hardest one is about what is their process like? What is, and how will that fit with me? Because I know one of the things I struggle with, or at least I try to do as often as I can, stay away from echo chambers. Because it is easy for me to fall into, I'm very smart and I'm very intelligent when I'm not. I'm normal like everybody else, but because people tell you things. And so I would want to find someone who's going to constantly challenge that. Yeah. Personally, like for just me as an individual, I would be looking for that. Now I know to even ask that question. It's like, oh, are you going to challenge this part of my life? Right. Which I slip into quite a bit. Whereas other people may be that, no, I don't. I need someone who's going to more come alongside. Yes, definitely. And that's how you see if it's a good fit. I have had people who start to work with me and they want a very directive approach. They want to be told what to do, tell me what to do. And that's not my style. So then it ends up being like, we might work together a short amount of time, but my more long-term clients, or the clients that really connect with me, are people who really already have the answers within themselves. And that's the style or the approach that I personally like to take with clients is, what do you think that is? And when we talked about earlier, having kind of an idea of what you want to work on when you come in. Some people do, some people don't, and some people think they have an idea and it's something completely different. So that's what we work on. It's like, what are the blind spots? What are the things that you didn't even know that you wanted to work on, or you didn't even know was one of the self-limiting beliefs or the root causes of the obstacle that you're creating for yourself. So then to add to that, as you're going through this process, there does have to be a level of openness. Oh yeah. Because you may be challenged in ways that had nothing to do with what you thought was the case. Yeah. Let's keep the conversation going. If you have any questions you'd like to ask Dr. Lopez, ask it in the comments, or her contact information is in the description. If you have any questions you'd like me to ask Dr. Lopez or any other professional in their field, my contact information is also in the description, and I'm always available via DM. See you next week for another cup of coffee and more questions answered.